Kate Lee Walsh wrote that. Reverend Father, ladies and gentlemen, as President of Westport Active Retirement, I'd like to welcome you to the opening of our art exhibition, which I'm sure you will appreciate. Thanks to our facilitator, Pat Tracy, for his patience, guidance, and sharing his talents with us. Sorry he can't be among us tonight. To Rosalie, the management of Westport Town Hall, a big thank you for the use of this lovely facility. And especially Paul, who's hiding in there, who started out all the painting. I'll tell you that was not an easy job. Thank you to our artists for giving us the opportunity to view their work, and it was a pleasure for me to be among them. We did have some laughs and fun. Many thanks to Deirdre Walsh, well-known artist, for taking time out to open the exhibition. I now hand you over to Deirdre. Go around.
Good evening, everybody. It's a privilege, really, to be invited into this beautiful building for a start, to open this uplifting exhibition. I was struck when I came in, really, by the skill, first of all. But one of the things that struck me was the fact that people are choosing to paint what they love, from animals to birds, the sea, boats, horses, Evelyn Horan's cockerel that is absolutely full of attitude. And how she managed to infuse that attitude in that cockerel, I just don't know. But that's what struck me. I think the fact that your people are painting what they love, and they're painting with great skill. And Vincent van Gogh, and I once asked a Dutch person, how do you pronounce that? And they said Van Gogh. So he said, if you hear a voice within that says you cannot paint, then by all means paint. Mm-hmm. Because that voice will be silenced. And I just thought that's really interesting, you know, that so many of us start out with this thing, oh, I can't do it. And we judge ourselves based on what other people are doing. I'm sure there must be one or two people here tonight that are looking at the paintings and saying, oh, I'd never be able to do that, you know. And it's that voice, and I think that's what that artist was saying. You've just got to do it, and it will silence that doubt in a person's mind. The work here is very confident as well, and you know, I don't know if that is because, you know, I think I have to say Pat Tracy, who has been your instructor, is obviously a really good teacher, because he's able to bring out the best in everybody, and also deal with the differences. Sometimes it's easy to come out of an art class and everything looks the same, but it's not the case here. So I really have to pay tribute to Pat as a teacher. And I did come across Pat in Galway many years ago, because he studied with my brother Brendan, and there's a book could be written on the kinds of tricks that went on at that time. The other thing I think I was struck by was that there's a discipline underlying all of your work. And I can see that, because I have taught painting myself. I can see it straight away. And when I use the word discipline, I don't mean that it's lacking in expression. Discipline is necessary in all creative work, in dance, in music. You have to have discipline. And when I say discipline, I'm talking about keeping your colours clean. And I'm a stickler for that, especially if I teach painting. And here, I cannot see one sign of a muddy colour, which is really a great... that does not happen by accident. That happens through concentration and hard work. It's diligence and persistence. So, I mean, it's great to see that here. Really, doing anything creative, and use the word creative now, I'm talking about music as well, and dance, and probably writing. It really is a journey towards wholeness, and it is good, that's why it is good for people to do it, because you become more whole as you go on that journey. And I think as our artists, and I'm referring to everybody here as an artist, because I believe that everybody has some form of art in them, you transcend the ordinary. We can get stuck in the ordinary, and through art, music, writing, etc., you transcend the ordinary, you come out of the ordinary, and time disappears. And it does require motivation though, and people often say to me, oh, when does the muse hit you? I'm still waiting for the muse. The muse, that whole idea of the muse hitting you and you get this inspiration and then you go out and you paint, the muse comes in the middle of it, when you're in the middle of the work. So you have to get yourself to the easel or to the piano or whatever it is, and that's always a big block for people. And I'm still trying to play tricks on myself. I set a timer, for 50 minutes, and I say, now I'm going to, so that I can get into that frame of mind, So the muse, don't hang around waiting for the muse. You go ahead, and the muse will catch up to you. That's my advice. The other thing about all of your work, it's presented beautifully, and that's really important. And there's a great clarity of expression. There's no quibbling or ifs or buts about any of the work here. And it's as if all of you really want to paint. And I think I did hear someone tonight say they might join the group, they don't know if they would be good enough. Forget that statement. Go ahead and join the group. Another quote I like this quote by a man called Robert McKee, who's quite famous for screenwriting and giving workshops on screenwriting. He said, "A fine work of art, music, dance, painting, story, has the power to silence the chatter in the mind and lift us to another place." And I'll leave you with that thought. Thank you.